Hey everybody, my name's JackTSS. Welcome to an update video. I figured we'd have a chat. I was initially writing a community post, like trying to explain my words into there, but I think it's better if I just talk to you here, and you actually heard it from me. Basically, I'm going to be breaking down my final attempt at YouTube. What does that mean? You'll find out in a bit. I'm going to try to keep this raw, maybe not edit out the fuck-ups, we'll see. But I'm just gonna get everything off my chest. I might get a little confused because when I was writing quote-unquote script for this, I kind of made like half the points like fully scripted, like this is how I should be saying it, and I also wrote half of them as like notes, being like talk about this, talk about this, talk about this. So if I stumble over my words, it's because I was just kind of in a rush writing this script. But I think that's how I am with every script, so nothing out of the ordinary. If you want to hear more from me, and you want to know more about me or whatever, and more about the channel, I'll leave a link to the Discord in the description. It's insanely active every single day. People talk in it, I talk in it, I always see what's going on in there. I'm not one of those YouTubers who say, yeah, I talk in my Discord all the time. I'm genuinely in my Discord all the time. We go in VCs, and we talk to everyone. If you're cool, just don't be weird, and you'll get along with people there. It's a nice place. So let's just jump into the conversation at hand. I'm going to be talking a lot about my channel, where I went wrong with a lot of things, why I think I'm where I am now, and what the future's holding. So I'm just going to say this. Ever since Xenoverse Century Season 3 ended, my channel's always been kind of a mixed bag of consistency and inconsistency. After Season 3, I tried to like do some experimentation with content, trying to be a normal YouTuber, and like making non-Centuries related stuff to varying success. A lot of stuff I did failed, like those some one-off videos. I talked about like a story I made when I was a kid. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I wasn't being myself. Maybe I'm not sure. Green and Greener failed too. Like I tried making a bunch of different normal videos, but I just stopped. Like even though some of them did decent, I just don't think I was motivated doing them. I was kind of just clickbaiting my Dragon Ball audience in an attempt to keep them interested. I tried to make content regularly again. Regularly. I'm keeping that in. I tried to make stuff regularly again, but that also had varying success, and I just wasn't making stuff I wanted to make. I was making more stuff in Xenoverse, practically kicking a dead horse, when the whole point of finishing Centuries was, cool, I'm done with the Xenoverse. It was just like obviously an attempt to keep people around. I was just doing some stuff like multi-lobby, just other stuff, some dumb videos. I made a decently successful video where I talk about what I wanted in Xenoverse 3, but I don't even care about Xenoverse 3. Would I care if it came out? Sure. But like, am I really passionate about this stuff being in the next game? No. And when I saw this video do well, I was like, usually when a video does well, like in this circumstance, you would make more of that same video, but like, I don't give a shit. I'm not going to make more of this. So after that led to The Last Remaining Hero, where I was like, okay, what if I like kind of tried to get them back? Like, what if I did a little like really short roleplay series so I don't get burnt out, and like try to make my own story? And that went all right for one episode. People seem to like it. They like the trailer. And then episode 1 got removed for a copyright strike. I figured it out when I put up the premiere for episode 2, and someone in the chat said, where's episode 1? I was like, what do you mean? And I checked my channel and it was fucking taken down. So that was demotivating. I took down the episode 2 premiere. I uploaded episode 1 and then probably like episode 2 the next day or whatever. And yeah, the views were drastically lower. I feel like people, I don't know if they didn't like the story, if the strike had something to do with it. Like, you never know with YouTube. Oh, fuck off thing. You can't see it, but something just popped up. Yeah, so that kind of failed. After that, I did streams. I tried to branch out and be a streamer. That went well for a while, surprisingly. It was one of the first things in a long time that people started to fuck with. But like a lot of things, after a long time of consistently doing it, I think like 2 weeks, less and less people started showing up to every single stream. And I finally canceled it when like barely any people showed up at all, because live streams are only fun when the chat's there. So I just said, nah. After that, I finally said fuck it and did the season 1 remastered movie. Doing that was to make people happy, but I also had a surprising amount of motivation and care for it. I think I'd point that to the long break from season 3, and I also got to work on it as much as I wanted without pressure of a release date. Like, when you're doing consistent episodes, people are always going to be like, where's the next episode? But with a movie, it's a bigger project, sure, but like, you could work on it as little or as much as you want in a certain amount of time, so I guess I was just kind of carefree with it. And not to mention the nostalgia that came with it. Early Xenoverse Centuries means a lot to me, so I guess the desire to make it better also drove me to make that movie good. And I think that showed in the movie. We all had a great time working on it. I didn't feel forced at all, like in anything I did. Like season 4, I feel like there's a lot of time where it feels forced, and I'll get to that in a bit, but this didn't feel forced at all. And I think the success of the movie was replicated with the positive feelings I had towards it. I always thought of the saying, how are people going to enjoy what you're putting out if you don't enjoy it yourself? And I don't mean to sound like I've got a huge ego or anything, but like over my channel's history, there were so many times where I was putting in so much work and I felt like I deserved more success. If you asked me that now, it would be hard to answer that question. I don't know if I'd have an answer for you if I said I deserve to be bigger than I actually am. A lot of my friends and viewers over the years said I deserved more success too, but I don't know, maybe that comes down to bias. I don't really have an answer for you if you would ask me that again now. But it used to always be my dream to blow up on YouTube, but that just kind of faded away with like every single little failure. It just like kind of struck at it. And when I finally figured out that it wasn't going to happen, I just kind of gave up on it. I don't remember exactly when this time period was, but I remember that during Xenoverse Centuries, I was like, okay, we could blow up. This can happen. I'm motivated. I'm growing. I'm getting like 300 subs a month. I'm getting like 100,000 views a month. Because I just kept pouring more and more in, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. The motivation just kind of went away over time with every single little failure, because when I was doing something successful, I couldn't do it for long periods of time consistently without burning out. I guess it's just because of like the nature of Xenoverse Centuries, which is it being such a big project, and like some other stuff I did, I guess. Where the fuck was I on this? This is as raw as it's gonna get, people. You're hearing me look around in my scripts trying to figure out where I was. I still can't find it, but I'm not gonna edit this out. It kind of faded away. Yeah, I'm right here. Looking back, now I have a feeling it was because there wasn't any heart in the content, as to why I never blew up. You know, I kind of touched on it like 30 seconds ago, but like every time there was heart in the content, it wouldn't last that long, and then it would kind of become inconsistent for me to get heart in the content again. Like, weekly Xenoverse Centuries for 3 episodes, heart was there, people cared. Then I was fucking like burnt out, so like maybe a month for the next Xenoverse Centuries episode for me to care again. Yeah, it was just a whole off and on thing with Xenoverse Centuries, and just a whole different level of inconsistency. And that's talking about when my channel was doing well. Imagine how well I could have done if I stayed motivated. But if I think about it, my most successful videos on the channel came from when I was motivated. The movie and the Torma fight, for one. With the Torma fight, every single premiere of every single episode had so much hype and excitement around it. I looked back on a few of my community posts reflecting my feelings while uploaded, and it's clear to see that I was more motivated than I've ever been, and I was extremely happy with what I was making. And if I had guessed, that's probably why so many people were there to check it out. So if I had to ask myself the question why I think I never blew up, it was probably because my motivation would only come in bursts, and there was never long periods of time where I made content that I loved and had a big audience engaged. But whatever. Alright, let's go back to what we were talking about. We're going like in chronological order of my shortcomings with the channel. Let's go back to that. After the movie, I went back and made some half-assed content that didn't do well at all. So after constant failure with my content, I brought back Xenoverse Centuries as my last resort, I guess. Part of me brought it back because I wanted to make people happy, but a much bigger part of me only brought it back because my channel was pretty much nothing without it. Inconsistent views, inconsistent video topics, and inconsistent uploads in general. Bringing back Centuries brought back some success to my channel, with every episode getting a couple thousand views. But like, it didn't even feel rewarding to get that many views anymore, because I knew how soulless it was. Like, honestly, if you look at the season, it's pretty obvious the passion's gone. A lot of the scripts are rushed, and a lot of the voice acting, mainly on my part. I'm not gonna knock my friends here. I feel like they still care. But mainly on my part, it feels drained and disinterested. I really didn't like doing Season 4. I had no fun or motivation with it at all. And that's why we had so many multi-month breaks, and we're currently on one now. I couldn't be bothered writing something I had no heart in anymore. And when I finally did get them done, it was clear the episodes were only good due to my friend Sonic Matthews' editing. He took over the editing role from me at episode 69, because I was like, fuck man, this series is never gonna get finished if I keep editing. And I think the quality is really gonna show if I keep editing as not good. So, yo, shout out to him for doing that for me. Like, he did it because he cared about the series and he wanted to see it continue to thrive and have good quality. And honestly, he's been nothing but a great friend to me. So fuck it, I'll link him down below too. Like Sonic Matthews, the reason that Centuries is still here and is good. If I still edited this series, not only would it have come out even slower, but the lack of care would be even more obvious. I feel like the lack of effort is already showing in the scripts, so imagine the lack of effort starting to show in the editing. Good thing he's doing it. This brings up keeping that in, raw footage. This brings us to the present, where I put out my new project, Toradora Abridged. Yeah, I'm still feeling very passionate about it, despite episode 2 not doing as well as I hoped, and the premieres seem to not be doing great either. I think when episode 3's done, I'm just gonna put it up as a normal upload. Let's see how that affects it, I guess. Yeah, episode 2 is not on a great amount of views right now for like something like that where I put so much work into it. Obviously, for a big project like this, I prefer if it did better, but I want to keep going because the comments I'm getting are some of the most genuine comments I've ever gotten since like season 3, of people saying they genuinely care about what I'm making. And that's just always felt really nice to me. That's probably what's driven me more than anything, was the comments. And I feel like there's still potential there. I feel like if I quit now, there's zero chance that it'll ever blow up. But if I keep going, then it'll be a much higher chance that people find it and are like, wow, this looks cool. And more and more people will see it with the more and more episodes that are out. So I'm gonna keep going for a bit. If it fully dies out, maybe I'll stop. But I see myself trying to go with this for a little while longer. I still think I got a couple more episodes in me if it doesn't do well, but I have faith in this series. I think it'll do pretty good. I'm not quitting yet. Episode 3's script is almost done. I'm giving Sonic a week. Sonic Matthews. I'm calling him Sonic Matthews here. Yeah, I gave him a week with the script. I'd usually script the weekend after it comes out, but I'm giving him some time off for the next episode because these episodes take a lot of work. Expect that in 2 to 3 weeks, episode 3. I got you guys. The Bridge series take a lot more work than Centuries did, so I can't be like, this weekend if we work hard enough. Nah, like, especially when you're dealing with so many people and voice actors, and people's different time zones, schedules. It's gonna take inevitably longer for stuff to come out and be ready. So patience would be appreciated. I'd love that, guys. I skipped over some stuff while I was going through this, like the comic dub and some other one-off videos, but that doesn't really matter. Some of them I cared about, some of them I didn't. Some did well, some didn't. For some reasons, I didn't follow up on them. Some reasons I did. So, let's talk about my motivation spike real quick. Why do I care again right now? Sips water. I've always been like kind of an anime YouTuber, right? Which I find pretty funny because I never even liked anime. Don't gasp, don't be shocked here. I'm about to explain everything. But for the longest time, I didn't even know that I watched anime. Because the only two I watched up to 2017 were Dragon Ball and Yu-Gi-Oh! And they aired on like Nicktoons, and I watched Yu-Gi-Oh! On Cartoon Network's fucking website. So I just thought they were normal cartoons like anything else. Like, yeah, I watch Dragon Ball, I watch SpongeBob. Like, what do you mean? Like, I put them in the same category, you know? So I never even knew. It was like until I I'm gonna call him Total KO. I don't know if he wants his real name being like put in front of an audience like this, so I'm just gonna call him KO. You know him from Centuries, Kion, blah blah blah. He told me, like, he was talking about anime. He's like, "Yo, Jack, you really don't watch any other anime, but you're a Dragon Ball fan?" And I'm like, "Bro, I didn't know for the longest that I even liked any anime at all. I barely even know what anime is." So yeah, I kind of stayed like that until 2019, where my friends KO and Sonic were like, "Jack, gotta get you into anime, bro. Like, you're the odd one out of this fucking friend group. Like, you're the only one who doesn't watch anime. You only watch Dragon Ball and Yu-Gi-Oh!" And I was like, all right. So they recommended My Hero to me, My Hero Academia. And I watched the first 3 seasons. And yeah, I enjoyed it at the time. I liked it. I watched some other stuff here and there. I dropped a lot of them, though. I watched Mob Psycho 100, I dropped it. I watched Rising of the Shield 2, and I dropped it. And I don't know why I dropped them. I enjoyed both of them. Like, I watched this up to a certain amount, and then, like, I just kind of stopped watching. And I'm not sure why. But I'm gonna get into what changed. I guess I just didn't care. Like, I'll just stop watching, even though I liked them. I don't know why. I just wouldn't feel motivated to go back to it. I feel like I'm repeating myself right now. I just woke up from a nap, so like, can that excuse me from this god-awful recording? But yeah, I'd say the only 2 pieces of anime that I loved from my first attempt at watching anime was 2 movies. And that was Your Name and A Lion Ape. It was Your Name and A Silent Voice. I said A Lion April because I just watched Your Lion April. Well, tried to, but then I dropped it because that shit was trash. I'm just kidding. I'm just... Wow, I'm good at pissing people off, man. It wasn't for me. I'll just say that. It wasn't for me. But the 2 pieces of anime that I could actually say that I loved and made me emotional and made me care were Your Name and A Silent Voice. I liked My Hero Academia quite a bit. I thought it was quite cool, but it was something that I didn't care to go back to when I heard Season 4 was coming out. And I'll touch on that in a second. Let's talk now about how I started loving anime. How the fuck did that happen? Believe it or not, that was only recently where I started loving it. And it was kind of unexpected. It was never planned. I had this like thought in the back of my head for months because I was taking like an anime break where I didn't start anywhere for a long time. Like, it was 2020. I probably didn't start anywhere until earlier in that year, like way earlier in 2020. And we're talking about like December, November. So I was looking for like something to sink my teeth into. I watched this one with Sonic. I'm calling him Sonic, by the way, to avoid confusion. I call him Matthew in real life, but like just so you know, who I'm talking about. You can probably get an idea, but like, some people get confused really easily. You'd be really surprised. So that's why I'm calling him Sonic. He showed me that him, and KO watched this anime called Gamers, and he also showed me another anime that I thought was really cute called Tonikawa Over the Moon for You, and I watched that with him. And I was like, oh, this is nice. This makes me feel good. So like the same week, it was like night, and I couldn't sleep. And I was in one of those moods. I don't want to say I was down bad, but I was in one of those moods. So I looked up, all right, what's some great romance anime out there, the kind of slice of life stuff? And then Toradora popped up. And you guys know how I fell in love with Toradora. And I watched it that night. I don't know what made me watch it because I never was that motivated to ever watch an anime. But Toradora, I just was like, fuck it, let me just watch this now. I could have just like went and done something else when I was bored and couldn't sleep at 3 a.m. But I just chose to watch it. I couldn't tell you why, but I just watched it, and here we are now. Me finally fucking loving anime. I binged it in 2 days. First anime I ever binged, all 25 episodes. And it put me in my post-anime depression I've vented a couple of times. Yeah, we all feel those voids after you finish a series, you're upset for a multitude of things. And I do have a video coming out that kind of touches up on that. I will talk about more at the end of this video. But that's not the segment we're in right now. It really made me feel something. I was like, wow, like this is a really strong form of media. I really have to give this another chance. So the next one I watched after that was Monster, which I didn't know if I'd be able to commit to, because it's 74 episodes. So I found it because on YouTube I was like watching some manga animated related content, and I saw the Maxed Man, or now the Azuro's music. What the fuck is wrong with me? What do you mean? Where did I get a music video from? Video called "The Greatest Antagonist in Manga and Anime," and the video discussed in great detail Johann Liebert, and I was really interested in the Nameless Monster story that took place the first 5 minutes of the video. I thought that it was really interesting, and then I learned about Johann, and like it was a pretty popular belief that he was one of the best antagonists ever. So I was like, this got to be an interesting watch. So I watched Monster, and I loved it. I finished like 74 episodes in like a week and a half, and I was like, holy shit, am I like an actual like anime watcher now? I'm finally binging this stuff, and I'm watching it pretty regularly. So after Monster, my buddy Sonic told me to watch Your Lie in April, and I was like, what fucking drama musical shit is this? Oh man, it wasn't for me. I know it gets sad and whatever, but part of the reason I didn't like it is because the characters felt generic to me. I hope this isn't insulting anyone that likes this. Like, don't feel insulted if you like it. Like, please don't. But with something like Monster, Toradora, and Erased, which I'm going to talk about in a second, I can get kind of an immediate vibe on when a character is well written, or when it's just like one of those generic anime characters. And with Your Lie in April, like the main character, I don't even remember his name. I feel like his character was like, yeah, I'm the simp boy, I work hard, and like shit like that, you know. And I didn't feel like much drive behind him. I didn't feel much personality inside of him. And the girl was like, guys, I'm really good at this. I'm good at this fucking violin shit. And I don't know, I just didn't like it. I've been learning more about my taste recently. I think I'm finally understanding it. Because just yesterday, I started watching Erased, and I finished it today. And I really loved it. Honestly, Erased, Monster, and Toradora are the 3 best anime I've ever watched. In my opinion, I'm going to revisit stuff in the future with my new mindset of actually enjoying this stuff. I'm going to watch Shield Hero. I'm going to go back to maybe Mob Psycho, some other stuff. Leave some recommendations down below if you have it. I don't know how long I've been going. And I'm not going to check until I'm done. So I guess we'll see. Yeah. Erased, I really enjoyed. Like, from episode 1, I was kind of like fascinated with the concept. And I just felt like the characters were good. I don't know what made me feel that way. Like, I guess you could just get a certain vibe on whether a character is going to be generic or someone you actually care about. And I cared about the Erased cast. And by the time episode 2 came, the concept of your present mind going into a version of your past self was just so fascinating to me, because it was always something that like I've thought about, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people have thought about, like, what if your current mind now went back into your kid body, like, and you lived life like that? Except, like, he was doing it in an attempt to stop murders. I'm not going to spoil anything, but I'd strongly recommend you watch it. It was really good, and I got videos upcoming. I got videos on the way about stuff like that. So what the fuck does me falling in love with anime have to do with anything? Because, let me tell you, I've always been an anime channel, but I've never been motivated to make anime content. And right now, I'm in the mood to make some anime content. I have 1 script done for a video that I want to get out. And I have 2 script concepts I want to record with some ideas. They're kind of like those kind of analytical video essays. If you know what I'm talking about, where people break down points and stuff and like talk about certain stuff from anime. Like, I don't know, it's hard to describe. But one of them's like has to do with long-term storytelling versus short-term fuck man versus short-term storytelling, and talking about what works and stuff like that. If you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, just like videos talking about stuff that I actually care about talking about. So I'm gonna get to work on a bunch of videos upcoming. I think this could be my last shot. My last shot at YouTube. This is gonna be my last time I fully go ham. and like put work into content, because this is the most motivated I felt in a long time. And I'm really feeling good about these videos that I'm gonna make. I'm finally editing myself with Premiere Pro. This is actually the video you're watching right now. Is the first video I've ever edited myself on Premiere Pro, with the exception of some very simple edits to Toradora Abridged and the Small for Us. So this, yeah, I'm trying to get better at editing here. All the impressive editing you've seen on my channel either came from me on Share Factory a long time ago, or Sonic Matthews doing it for me. So I kind of want to, I feel like the editing process is such a big part of you being proud of a video you made. That's why I was so proud of Centuries in Season 3, because I feel like that's when I was doing really well. Blah, bless you. That wasn't even a fucking sneeze. I don't know what that was. It was like a rise of my organs coming up to my throat and my body. But yeah, I feel like I'd be more proud of the content I made if I really took the time to learn how to edit. I learned a couple tricks with Premiere. Shout out Nekum. He taught me some stuff. Shout out AJ too. I kind of talked to them about it. I guess let's just talk about my upcoming videos. I got a couple video essays coming. I'm doing Toradora Abridged. Depending on the success, I'm just gonna keep making like topics about certain stuff. And I also wanted to make like my own custom story, like my own kind of anime-esque story for a long time, where I just like go in, build this story, build this world from the ground up, and like not make a role play, just tell my own story from my own mind. Because ever since I was a little kid in elementary school, I wrote these little stories, whether they're in books, on paper, and Google Docs. I would always write these little fucking stories that I don't know, I've always just kind of been creative in that aspect, in creating stuff like that. I don't know, I just fully zoned out for like 5 seconds. Yeah, that's why I've always been a writer, making these role plays. I've always fully scripted them. And I feel like a lot of the successes come from me really going out of my box and out of my way with some crazy ideas and being like, how can I make this work? How can I link this together? How can I make this interesting? And I feel like that's how I was able to make a pretty fucking generic Xenoverse story interesting, with making all these villains like have some decent personality and reason to be there, like with the Torum arc and Reversion arc and stuff. But yeah, what was I talking about? My upcoming videos. Yeah, my own original story. I don't know how I'm gonna do it yet. I was thinking Minecraft, but then I was like, do I want to do a Minecraft roleplay? And I don't want to do it with art, because like that's money out of my pocket. So I guess we're gonna see if that happens. But I've always just kind of wanted to use my brain to build brain to build my own story from the ground up. I'm in a good place right now. Everything's going well with me. I hope you guys are well. But yeah, that's the stuff I got coming up. I got some of those videos talking about stuff, being a little analytical in my smart bag. You guys don't see me smart that often. We also got coming up more of the Abridged series with Toradora, and a potential future story. I also was kind of interested in making like a horror kind of story, a murder kind of story, you know? Those stories were kind of interesting to me, so if I figure out ways to like implement these stories into like video form, then yeah, I'll be happy to make them. But I got more videos coming very soon. Episode 3 is probably gonna be in 2 weeks, 3 weeks max, for Toradora Abridged. Sorry, this is a little bit of a longer gap than 1 to 2. Abridging takes time. And I've been a little busy myself this week, so yeah, shit happens. That's what happens when you're a part-time YouTuber, when it's only your hobby. And for a while, it was like hard leaving my hobby. It was like something I just like felt obligated to do. But now I feel like it's a hobby again that I can enjoy, and I look forward to the future. I guess I'll mention Centuries isn't canceled. I know I didn't bring it up in my upcoming videos. That's because it's not upcoming. It's not coming anytime in the relative future. I'll probably really start being like, okay, I should just do this in like April, maybe March. It's February right now. So I don't know, there's a lot of time. I'm gonna take some time off from it, not rush anything. And I don't think I could do another like 7-8 more episodes of Centuries to climax of this. So honestly guys, I'm just gonna do like an hour-and-a-half finale whenever the time comes for Xenoverse Centuries. Because as much as I don't care about it anymore, I know that's where you guys came from and you do. So I'm gonna give you a strong ending, but I'm also not gonna go for like another year doing like 8 more episodes doing this fight. So I don't know, sometime mid-2021 I'll drop a finale for y'all. And that's all the stuff I got coming up, and that concludes my script. My very unorganized weird script that got me fucking up. How long have I been recording? 30 minutes of just me talking? Wow. Yo, shout out to the people that listened. Yeah, I really appreciate you sitting through this. Discord link down below. And that's all the stuff you could expect from me. Just wanted to tell you guys I'm feeling good, I'm feeling motivated. And just kind of explain what's happened with my channel. And like how I got to this point of me not doing that great anymore. Like you probably noticed the lower numbers. I guess this is going to be the last time I really attempt to grind and like try to do well for myself. So wish me luck. Here we go. My final time going ham on YouTube. My final attempt for the time being, unless I get another idea in like a year. But here's going to be my likely final attempt of trying to obtain success on YouTube. I'm going to put a lot of work into these next few videos, and I'm going to try to be more consistent with it. So yeah, thanks for listening to me ramble for a half hour. I'm going to edit this now for the first time. Wish me luck. Let me know how you enjoyed it. Yes, new stuff soon. I'm just kind of rambling on this outro. I don't want to end it. I've been enjoying the conversation, not gonna lie. Have you been enjoying that conversation? Alright, fuck it. I gotta end this shit. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I've been JackTSS, and I promise I will not disappoint you. Please give my new stuff a chance. And if you haven't already, check out Toradora Bridge. What are you waiting for? And share it with people if you'd like to help. Alright, that's been me for real this time. I hope you all have a great day. And take it easy.